Okay, today you can see I've got the cover off of the back of the generator, and one of the reasons I was going to take this apart, and this is a major reason, is all of this stuff right here. I don't know if you can see it, I hope you can. This needs to be cleaned up. And then also the other thing I wanted to check was the bearing that's behind here and the brushes. So I'm going to take this all apart and take this, totally disassemble it, clean everything up on the inside and check everything out. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is start taking it apart. I've already taken a picture of the wiring, so let's see if we can get those apart. And you want to make sure you take a picture of the wiring, because as you disassemble this thing, there's going to be a lot of pieces and a lot of stuff got to go back together, and you want to make sure you put it together right. A lot of corrosion on this, and I'm not sure what happened, if it was used in a moist area, or it was stored where it got cold and warm, which is quite common. But it wasn't stored inside. So this is a ground wire, and I'm going to take this wire off here if I can get it off there. There. Now I can get rid of this. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll put this back on there for now, so we don't lose it and get it all tangled up. I want to get this loose. This is tied right to the flywheel. I'm holding it on the other end. Might as well take that all the way out. And you can see, there it goes, it's long. It goes all the way down to the flywheel. Alright, now I'm going to take these bolts off here. I think I'm going to run into a wire problem over here. I was looking at it, and I had already put on PB Blaster on all these bolts, so they should come right out. You don't want to break them off. It would be a bad day. Bottom one's coming out easier than the top. That's a good thing. I think that bearing's froze up. It doesn't turn at all. That was one of my concerns. If I wouldn't have checked that, there's a good possibility I could have ruined the whole thing just for a small bearing. Okay, let's see if we can, what else we're going to have to unhook here. Some of the stuff is going to come off, and some of it's going to go into the interior. All this and these two wires right here Boy, and they're tough. All that sits in this little slidey tray here. And so I've got all this. This should go through here. The brushes will stay with that. I think all I gotta do now is try to pop this loose. I see this little black wire is gonna come off too. Get that out of the way. There it goes, a little bit of movement. All right, you can see the back. You can see the two brushes right there. They don't look real bad. Still got spring motion to them. That bearing does turn. We got some crap up in here. All right, we might have to see if we can get the armature out. Overall, everything here looks pretty good. I don't see any burnt wirings. Any of the insulation in here hasn't been damaged. All of this looks good. No burnt, no brown. There's a little bit of plastic coming off here and there. I either got to get one or the other out of here. I'd like to get this outer part here, get that off of there so I can check the back side of this. If I can get it moving back and forth a little bit. You wouldn't even think it needed to be bolted on the way it's hard as it on there. I think I'll put a little bit of PB Blaster on the back side of this. See if that'll help. What the biggest problem we have here is this is steel and this is aluminum. They're just similar metals, and so they kind of weld themselves together. Okay, let's see. I hate to apply heat to it, but I might have to. I guess I could try driving the aluminum back with a block. If that'll work or not, we'll give it a shot. That worked. Okay, that worked. Would never thought that would have worked, but it did. And that's all we want. Is success. And that is heavy. Alright. So this is what I wanted to see back up in here. Let's see. Let me rotate this a little bit. I wanted to make sure all of this is good, and it is. It's nice bright red with the plastic coating still on it. And you know, there's a little bit of rust in here. I'll clean this rust up, and I want to also clean this up, and everything back in here looks pretty good. The bearing looks good, and I can clean up. I'm gonna clean the outside of this. I'll look on the inside, clean it. Any rust inside, I'll get rid of that, and we'll reassemble it. I don't know that I'm going to pull this off because I don't think I need to. I'll clean these up. This is where the brushes, right here, this is where the brushes run. They're not scarred up, but I will polish them and start reassembling this thing. I am going to get rid of all this oxide that's down here. I want to clean all that up. So there's that. That's taken apart. Now I got to clean and paint, reassemble, check the brushes again, make sure they're working, and I'll reassemble everything. And because this was working, that was the main thing. I'll clean all this up on the inside. There is some of that oxide in there. Aluminum oxide. Aluminum, as soon as it's bare, exposed to the oxygen in the air, causes aluminum oxide, and aluminum oxide is very abrasive. So you don't want that stuff just laying in there in a powder. It's got to go away. I just don't want it. It'll tear stuff up. So you can even buy sandpaper that is called aluminum oxide sandpaper, which is very good for cleaning metal. But we don't want to clean metal. We just want to let things roll and operate smoothly. So that's it for now. I'm not going to bore you with the cleaning and painting and stuff like that. Everybody's seen that before. I just wanted to see what it looks like on the inside. Everything, that shininess that you see here, the red copper, there's a plastic coating on there. That means that it never got hot and got burnt. And so then the idea of just cleaning everything up to make sure this thing can extend its life a little bit longer, or a lot longer actually. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you for watching, and if you will, please subscribe. There'll be more to come. We're going to be starting to reassemble this thing and get it operational. I am going to go through this box here. This is the control box, and I started getting inside of it. Of course, I got a screw locked up, and on the back side of that is these little, let me get my pointer here. These things here are like a nut that's kind of pressed into place, locked in place. Well, this one's turning. So this screw, when I turn it, it turns back here too. And I've tried a couple different ways to try to get it out. So I'm going to tack it here with a welder, and then I'll come back and try to get that screw out from the other side. I might have to weld a nut on top of this so I can put a hex wrench on it and get it moving back and forth. But I want to get inside of here and check all that stuff outside there. Then that way all the electronics is going to be completed. And I've already got a lot of my painting done. And like I said, we're moving along. Thank you for watching and putting up with an old man that's kind of tired. Thank you.